Adam Wainwright is among baseball's most fearless and versatile pitchers, always adjusting his game with great success.
I like to think of myself as a guy who can mold into whoever I need to be for that given game. If a guy has a glaring weakness and it matches up with one of my strengths, then I attack it. So my style can vary from game to game.
He's the ace of the St. Louis Cardinals pitching staff, but Adam began his major league career as a closer, throwing the final strikeout to win the 2006 World Series.
My role was slowly built up in big spots, gradually bigger and bigger and bigger, until when it was the biggest stage of the year, I was prepared for it. As a starting pitcher, every game, there's a couple of plays that swing the game to be a win or a loss. And if you can make a pitch when you need to get out of those big spots, then you win the game.
Adam then moved from the bullpen to the rotation, emerging as the Cardinals' most reliable starting pitcher over the next 4 seasons. Along the way, he anchored his faith, responding to a pastor's message that redefined his understanding of Christianity.
He was talking about relationship and how there's nothing we can do to earn our salvation. We're all lost, and we all need the grace of God. It made sense to me. Jesus was pursuing me, and I was finally ready to let him catch me.
After back-to-back 19 and 20 win seasons, Adam blew out his elbow the following spring training. The injury required Tommy John surgery. His 2011 season was lost. In the moment of crisis, with his career threatened, Adam's wife Jenny put things in perspective.
She looks at me right in the eyes and she said, "I just want you to know that to me you're not a baseball player. You're my husband, my spiritual leader, my kid's father. You're so much more to me than this game of baseball." I just took tremendous pleasure in that. Just knowing that my identity to her, to myself, and my teammates was not so much as a player. It was as a godly man, a Christ-following man in the house and out of the house.
His year-long recovery and rehab prepared him for his on-field return at the start of the 2012 season. But post-surgery adjustments had to be made.
My fastball wasn't fast, and my curveball wasn't very good. My slider wasn't sliding, and my sinker wasn't sinking, and my change wasn't changing, and all these kinds of things. And there I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna try to do some different stuff. A hitter has a certain timing with his hands and with his footwork, and if you can do something in your delivery to vary that and mix that up, and so that they get off just a smidge on their timing, then you've created an edge.
An edge that's armed the 6'7" Wainwright with a new skill set, adding to his reputation as an accomplished pitcher. He was rewarded with a contract extension. Since 2008, Adam has the highest winning percentage of any current National League pitcher. You'd think a 2-time Cy Young Award runner-up would rely more on what brought him success. But not Adam. Instead, he continually reinvents himself as a pitcher, using more unpredictability to keep those hitters guessing.
I changed my speeds up and my delivery times to the plate. One time I'll go slow and throw a slow curveball, and the next time I'll go really fast and throw a slow curveball, or I may speed my curveball up 5 miles an hour, or I might take a little off my fastball and make it move a little bit more. Might go from the right side of the rubber once and the left side of the rubber the next time.
Adam's approach would throw most pitchers off course. His unconventional experimentation during games requires risk and courage.
At some level, you have to point to my faith and say that I'm freed up into a way of playing baseball that it's allowed me to go out there and play fearless. God has granted me the strength and mentally to believe in my ability. The freedom out there to completely be me and just have fun, just mixing and matching. I think that freedom only comes from a relationship with Christ.
That physical and spiritual freedom has allowed Adam's arm to heal while transforming the 3-time All-Star and Gold Glove winner from a thrower into a pitcher.
It gives you tremendous confidence going forward. And so now that my stuff is back, my arm feels healthy and feels strong again. I still have that same wisdom that I can draw from, but now I have the stuff to match it. So it should be a tough mix.
Adam Wainwright, face of the Cardinals franchise, successfully turning a setback into a comeback by choosing to make his biggest pitch count.
Acts 20:24, it says, "For my life means nothing to me unless I use it to fulfill the mission given by the Lord Jesus Christ." And that is the mission of telling the world the wonderful grace of God. If I'm not using my life and this platform for good, for the kingdom, then I'm completely wasting it. My goal is to constantly keep my eyes on Jesus. And if I constantly do that, I'll have a greater impact.